Hello world. Yes, Cardi B's fingernails used as weapons in court. Well, a former security guard testified that Cardi B's famous fingernails left her needing plastic surgery after a violent office brawl. We're diving into the conflicting testimonies to see if Cardi's celebrity status will save her from these shocking allegations. Cardi B's fingernails, again, used as weapons in court. Imagine a set of nails so sharp they show up on a police report. 57 millimeters of cherry red attitude, 6 coats of gel, and according to one former security guard, a swipe nasty enough to need stitches, Botox, and a therapist. Cardi B swears she never laid a finger on a woman. A Beverly Hills jury is literally deciding whether those blinged out claws count as weapons. So grab your tea, grab your top coat, and settle in. This story's messier than a spilt bottle of quick dry. Flashback to 2018. Yes, you heard correctly. 2018, this took place. At approximately 9:14 a.m., Cardi, super pregnant and trying to sneak into her OBGYN on Bedford Drive, steps off the elevator. Imani Ellis, the guard on duty, already has her phone out and recording. Cardi says Ellis followed her from the parking deck like a paparazzi. Ellis says she was just doing her job when Cardi allegedly went full Bronx on her. Spit fist and a clawed hand that left a gash on Ellis's cheek. Well, one grainy security clip shows Cardi's hand mid-swing. Ellis flinches, but you can't see actual contact. That 8-second loop in Exhibit A for both sides. Cue the lawyers. Now we're here. He said, she said, part 1. Ellis is on the stand. Now, she caught me everything but a child of God, then swung. I felt the sting. I thought it was a ring, but my hand came back wet with blood. ER records showed a 2.2 centimeter scratch, likely caused by fingernail or sharp object. Enter Dr. Mona Vashi, the plastic surgeon, who says the scar healed thick and dark. Ellis needed 2 layer rounds and a syringe of fillers to smooth it out. Total medical bill so far, $18,340. Ellis, who once lost wages, she lost both security jobs after the incident and punitive damage that could push the final ask past $1 million. Yes, Cardi under oath, deadpans. I never touched that woman. If I'm mad, I'll yell. I was protecting my belly and my baby. Why would I start swinging? Her lawyer's rolling time stamped elevator footage showing her nails at full cough to left before the appointment even started. A nail tech from LA's Set and Slay swears those acrylics were fresh, rock hard, and here's the kicker: 0 of them snapped off that day. No broken tip, no case. They argue. The nail forensics. Welcome to CSI Manicure Edition. Well, the plaintiff's expert, Dr. Lillian Cho, measured Ellis' scratch and declared it matches the exact curve of Cardi's left index nail. The defense counters with legendary pathologist Dr. Michael Baden, who testifies that blunt acrylic edges can't make thin, clean cuts. He thinks Ellis scratched herself with keys later. Jurors actually got handed cherry red acrylic tips and were told to press them against their own arms. 2 of them told reporters afterward it felt like being poked by a plastic spoon, not slashed by a blade. The spit test. Ellis claims further that Cardi hocked a glob straight at her badge. Surveillance audio is garbage, but you do hear wet smack at 0.19 seconds. Cardi shrugs. Maybe some spray came out when I was yelling, but it wasn't on purpose. Ellis admits she never swiped her uniform shirt that day and never sent the badge for DNA testing. Defense pounces. No DNA, no proof. Judge Samantha Justner tells the jury that missing evidence can factor into intent. Eyebrows go up, as they should. Well, celebrity versus credibility. Cardi's fame is a double-edged nail file. Ellis's lawyers flash out tweets, quote, "I'm that girl you don't play with," to point her as aggressive. However, Cardi's side spotlights Ellis's HIPAA violation, and 3 weeks later, Ellis's email steals from her own recording to a gossip site for several $100s. Ellis cops to the cash grab, quote, "I needed rent money," but says she didn't realize it breached patient privacy. Each now calls the other a clout chaser. And now the jury looks like they're watching a tennis match. Well, fast forward to the money asked question. And Ellis's shopping list, which consists of $18,340 in medical bills, $42,000 in lost wages, and $750,000 in punitive damage, quote, to deter celebrity bullies. Well, Cardi teams, however, only offered $50K nuances money pre-trial. Ellis said no thanks. Well, now punitive damages could multiply the final check tenfold. That's if the jury is feeling spicy. However, what the jury is really weighing, and the jury again consists of 6 women, 6 men panel, they have to answer 3 questions. Did Cardi commit the battery? Did she act with malice? And how much cash, if any, makes this right? Well, they can split the baby. Say yes to the battery, but no to the malice. Or they can rule or clear her entirely. However, the court watchers spotted 2 jurors nodding when Cardi talked about pregnancy paranoia. 3 others visibly flinched at the scar photos in a split verdict. Anyone? Well, in concluding, based on this trial and the credibility of Ellis, I would have to say a win-win for Ellis is definitely questionable. However, it's up to the jury, and based on evidence thus far, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Is it going to be a mistrial? Is it going to be dismissed? What's the outcome? Bye, world.